Well, the countdown is on. In less than 3 hours, CBS will air the movie I'll Be Home for Christmas. Oh, and in New York City, number 3 Kentucky takes on number 2 Duke in the Jimmy V Classic. It's one of a continuing series of challenges the Kentucky Wildcat basketball team is meeting in the month of December. So far, the Cats have passed with flying colors. Kentucky and Duke have met only twice so far this decade, and both have been what you could call pretty decent games. Tonight should be no different.
Running after a miss, Evans for 3. Got it.
Some people probably, they're a team that presents a lot of different options, and a lot like Maryland. In that way, they can score a lot of different ways. That's why they're averaging about 90 points a game.
You like the way your team's looking after practice and the way you guys are playing right now?
Yeah, I think we've been playing. We've been playing well lately. Since the game against Pitt, we've been playing really well and improving every day out. So, I think we're on a good roll going into this game.
Like I said, I have to assume a responsibility, me, Scott, and Wayne, to put more scoring, on the board. I think we've done a great job, and we all worked hard during the summer.
Speculation continues about UK quarterback Tim Couch's future, and if that future means he's going pro, he could go to the expansion Cleveland Browns. One thing is for sure, the Browns have signed their first 6 players. Quarterback John Dutton is among them. Dutton was a final cut of the Miami Dolphins this summer. All the signings are long shots to actually make the team next season. Denver and Miami met in Monday Night Football, and if not for the Giants' upset of the Broncos, this would have been interesting if, for no other reason, the Broncos would have gone into Miami undefeated, and it would have been up to the Dolphins, the only franchise in the NFL to go undefeated, to make sure the record stayed that way. Good script, but it never happened. Foremost on the Dolphins' mind, though, a win, and they're in the playoffs. Let's go to the highlights from last night. Jimmy Johnson on the sidelines. Broncos leading 3-0 in the second quarter. Elway looking and takes off with it. And he fumbles. And Rod Smith is there. And Rod Smith has it for the touchdown. Oronde Gadsden missed a team meeting for Miami earlier this week. Lamar Thomas got the start. He responded with 3 touchdowns. Denver trailing 21-13 with 10 minutes left in regulation. Elway intercepted by former Louisville Cardinal Sam Madison, who's 8th in the NFL in interceptions. That's his 8th interception. The Dolphins lead the NFL. Marino caps off in great field position with a touchdown drive to Oronde Gadsden on the ensuing kickoff. Vaughn Hebron bringing it all the way back, taking it to the house. The Broncos' first kickoff return for a touchdown since 1972. That one goes for 95 yards. The Broncos now trailing 28-21, just over 3 minutes remaining. Shannon Sharp and Jerry Wilson wrestle for the football, and Wilson comes away with it. Interception. Dolphins win 31-21 over the Broncos. Neil O'Donnell signed a 4-year deal with the Cincinnati Bengals for $17 million. The 32-year-old quarterback only brought Cincinnati a couple of wins, and the Bengals could say so much for the remaining 3 years. Bengals president Mike Brown says he's not sure if he will bring O'Donnell back next season. Jeff Blake came in after O'Donnell was lost for the season with a broken hand and led the Bengals to a win over Pittsburgh on Sunday, but then he was lost for the year with a broken thumb. O'Donnell says he will just have to wait it out in the offseason and decide what happens from there. Cincinnati is the 3rd stop for O'Donnell in 4 years. He was with the Super Bowl runner-up Steelers and then let go by the New York Jets. Looking for a last-minute Christmas present for that football fan on the list? The Tennessee NFL franchise hopes you are. The artists formerly known as the Oilers unveiled their new logo today. The Tennessee Titans say trucks full of caps, T-shirts, and sweatshirts are on their way to retailers. We'll have to wait until next year to see what the uniforms actually look like. Cincinnati Reds owner Marge Schott still trying to find a buyer for her controlling interest in the club. While she's looking, Schott has agreed with Major League Baseball to extend her ban from team operations. Schott agreed in 1996 to give up day-to-day operations after making what was termed racially insensitive comments. Baseball sources say Schott's asking price is so high, they don't think she'll find a buyer anytime soon. So if you got about $70 million out there, you could have the controlling interest in the Cincinnati Reds.
All right, John, thank you. We'll be right back.